Hey guys, it's your host Davion. I am just inserting this little audio piece right here to let you know that at the end of this video, the very end of this video, there will be a very special message from Bishop Matthews himself. So just stay tuned even as I close out of the video to hear that message. Okay? All right. Hey you guys, it's your host Davion. Welcome to another episode of Consciouztv. You guys already know what we're here to talk about, and before we get into this discussion, make sure that you rate, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell, hit all when you do so that you can keep up with all of my latest uploads. You guys can also donate to the show at my Cash App, which is $Consciouztv, and or you can PayPal me at paypal.me/Consciouztv. You can also email me at consciouztv@gmail.com, and you can also go and sign up for Patreon if you want all of the exclusive documentations and foolishness and shenanigans that's about to be downloaded over there, because I have a lot of stuff to do today. So the Patreon is going to be activated between tonight and tomorrow, okay? So if you want to keep up with all of the interviews and all of that, head on over there at www.patreon.com/Consciouztv. Let's get into it.
And I also am going to repeatedly over and over thank Consciouztv with a Z, excuse me. TV with a Z. I ain't got no picture of him. But Consciouztv, you do? You took it out. Consciouztv with a Z, who put his brand, his channel out there and began to box with the kind of people that I'm boxing with, and some of you in them comments, and covering this story because he did not have to do it. And I said before any of you guys knew him, and he had me on the show to interview me, I said, bro, you are one of the best kept secrets in vlogging, because he's terribly talented. So I want you guys to tell him thank you for me over and over and over. And I've said it 1,000 times, and I'm probably going to say it over and over on this show, because there's some stuff. What if he hadn't opened up his mouth and spoke when William McCray? I forgot. That's something else I got to cover tonight.
Hello everyone. I am happy to be amongst you. Last night was really amazing. I went over and caught Larry Reid's live, and he pretty much paid homage to the kid, which felt really amazing. He just pretty much expressed his gratitude for me covering the House of Hope litigation situation. You guys know that the restraining order was vacated by the judge, so Larry is pretty much free to talk about a lot of stuff that he could not talk about because the restraining order was active. So we want to give a congratulations to Larry, to his legal team, and we want to thank all of you guys who were cash apping and donating to Larry Reid, because you helped to fund the legal representation required, and they obviously did their job. So all of you who contributed financially, you got your money's worth. There's other legalities obviously that Larry spoke about that's coming forward, but at least the House of Hope and E. Dewey litigation situation has come to a standstill and a close, thank God. And we also wanted to thank all of the other content creators who ran the story, those of you who played my commentary on your channel, those of you who use my commentary as a way to speak about the things going on in the church. We just appreciate everyone. I posted the link to the Larry Reid live show in my community tab, so you go there and check out everything. It was a really good show. The vibe in the live chat was freaking awesome. It was amazing, and you guys were begging me to call in to the show. But we have something even better for you guys. Larry Reid is going to be coming right into the house and the chateau of Consciouztv, and he's going to be filming right beside me right here, and we're going to give a tell-all to everything. And I'm going to be interviewing him and cutting up with him right from this recording space. So we are in the works and working out scheduling and all of that for you guys. So you guys will see Consciouztv and Larry Reid physically together, interacting to give you guys all of your life, and we will keep you guys updated on that show. So thank you, Larry Reid, for the major shout out, and anytime you need it, brother. I also want to shout out some of my recent contributors, because I forgot to do this in my last video because it was so much going on. But I want to give a big shout out to Alvin. I think this is Alvin's second or third time donating to me. I appreciate you, Alvin. I love you so much. Alvin reached out to me on Instagram as well and just said some really sweet things to me. I really appreciate you, brother. thank you. I hope that you continue to enjoy the platform and you continue to just get your life, and that you are around for a very long time. And thank you for your contribution. I also want to thank Iris, and I want to thank Peterson, as well as Majori and Roxanne. I want to thank, I didn't even know I had this many people who donate. I want to thank all of you guys. Just thank you guys. I don't know what else to say. It just makes me work harder. It makes me want to step my shit up. It makes me want to bring more to my platform, knowing that I'm appreciated, knowing that there are people who feel like what I do is actually worth their money. That really just encourages me to be greater and to be better and to keep evolving. And we got major people looking at the Consciouztv platform. We got major people working alongside Consciouztv. We got major opportunities that have come out of the platform and that are coming out of the platform. 19,000 subscribers. All these victories are worth celebrating. Now on to some other things. Now, there's a lot of things going on right now. Yesterday, I found out something that made me feel a sort of kind of way. And I woke up this morning and I had to consecrate myself because I've been in a very prayerful, contemplative place, even more than usual, just due to how involved I've had to be regarding Granny and these victims. And there's a lot of legal proceedings taking place, you guys. I still am not even in a place to be able to speak about everything that is happening right now. So you guys are in the dark about a good 65% of a lot of things that are taking place. So for me, I can only speak to you guys as things happen and give you guys what I can give you, because I've had to meet with a lot of people and a lot of things, and for the sake of confidentiality and the integrity of certain investigations, I personally just can't say but so much. So just know that every option and every pursuit of justice is definitely in motion. And even though everything is far from over, the victims and those who have supported the movement and have wanted to see a certain someone be brought to justice have felt very satisfied and vindicated. We are not remotely bothered, shook, or pressed about those who are looking for salacious tea, those who are just looking for a lot of hot gossip. I told you guys before, and I'm going to tell you guys again, as it relates to Consciouztv, my platform and my brand, I don't pursue content, I pursue justice. That's why you guys won't see me interviewing certain people on my platform, because it has to be news that I can actually use. It has to be things that can actually equate to something tangible in terms of a consequence and in terms of a reprimanding. Those are the people that I'm going to allow to vicariously live through the Consciouztv platform, because I don't just want to run a story and I just don't want to give my time to a bunch of hearsay. Things have to be tangible. There has to be concrete corroborating evidence to support testimonies, because I want to literally inform the public so that people can have as little to doubt about what's being said. Because if you hear the recordings and you see the screenshots and you see the messages, which you guys can go see, Kimberly Pollard had an incredible amount of evidence to corroborate her testimony. There's a whole audio recording between her and McCrae where you can hear it for yourself. The whole interview is there. I'm going to open up the interviews publicly at this point, since they have been sitting in my Patreon over the past month. So I will be leaving a link in my community feed, giving you guys an exclusive look at those interviews. But I am going to provide a link where everyone, including the general public, can hear the interviews, because it is important that people transcend some of the bullshit thinking that people are operating in right now. You have people who are still arguing on behalf of the innocence of William McCrae. You even have some really, really dumbass people who are trying to insinuate that me and Jobs is even jealous of William McCrae. I have no idea what I would remotely be jealous of. I have no idea why I would be jealous of that bitch or any other bitch, because this is what I want. What I have is what I want. So to be jealous, baby, that's not even in my repertoire. I thank God for making me somebody who has always been happy with what I have and works with all the cards that God gave me to play in this life. because I've played them very, very, very well. So jealousy, as far as Consciouztv is concerned, baby, where, when, and who? Now, I want to give you guys an update on this restraining order situation. You guys know that me and Bishop Matthews have been working very closely as it relates to his particular case, as I have been with several other victims of extortion by Granny. And in this 30-day period, my role was to effectively get something done other than creating gossiping content. In this 30-day period, Granny has been subpoenaed, has lost her job, is being sued, has had a cease and desist put out on her, as well as a restraining order, okay? And we want to get into some of the nooks and crevices of the restraining order. If you want to see the restraining order with your own eyes and your own ears, you guys already know that it will be provided over in the Patreon, and you can put a fine-tooth comb through it, go through all the details of it. Now, this restraining order went into effect on Monday, okay? And this restraining order basically just tells Granny she definitely can't come within any type of a feat of Bishop Matthews, that she's not allowed to contact Bishop Matthews directly, whether that be through email, through text, via phone, no nothing. That she also cannot make mention of Bishop Matthews' name, nor insinuate his likeness. Now, in the restraining order, there's a whole lot of things that Granny is prohibited from doing, a laundry list of things. Ultimately, Granny just has to almost act like she never knew of Bishop Matthews, okay? Now, the court hearing is on November the 14th, which happens to be one day before my birthday. Granny will have to show up at the court at the Howard Hall of Justice, November 14th, 2019 at 1:35 p.m. Now, as you guys know, Granny did a Sunday night live and spewed a bunch of lies and did a bunch of deflecting, and we're going to unpack that live in another video, okay? Probably in the video coming after this. Now, Granny talked a lot of big boss shit, acted like she wasn't pressed and she wasn't scared and that she gonna be right there. But we gonna see whether she gonna be right there, because she gotta afford to be able to get her ass to Oakland, California, and she gotta be able to afford a attorney who can remotely side with her and find her ass to be innocent, because only a corrupted ass lawyer would even take on trying to defend Granny. Any respectable, honorable attorney knows that Granny doesn't have a fighting chance in hell, okay, at winning over anything, which is why the hoe was successfully sued years back by another bishop, okay? And as you guys saw on Granny's live, honey, she treaded real lightly when it came to Mr. Matthews, and she treaded real lightly when it came to Consciouztv, okay? The bitch already know what's good. But once again, we're gonna get into that Sunday night live, baby. Oh yes, we are. Now, this is the final and only time that I'm going to address this. After this, I'm literally about to Beyonce the shit, because I just have other things that I'm dedicating my energy to. My platform is growing and accelerating, and you know, certain things are just going to come with the territory as you grow. My focus will not be the minority group of haters and trolls who just in their feelings to be in their fucking feelings. But I do want to speak to some things that I have seen over the past few days on social media. There have been certain conversations and content creators who've been trying to create a conversation around those of us who have a Patreon as it relates to Mr. McCray. So let me just dispel some myths for one.
Ding dong! Must be that whip that I ordered.
Anybody who's actually in our Patreon know that there's more things in our Patreon other than William McCray. I have things pertaining to the House of Hope. I have interviews pertaining to the rape victim out of the House of Hope. I have things pertaining to Larry Reid's litigations with the House of Hope along with William McCray. And there's about to be a whole nother story where there's going to be a whole nother different type of receipts dropped into my Patreon. So Patreon is not something that was created for the sake of William McCray. My Patreon, I can speak for, existed before I started covering William McCray. And this is why people should just put a dick in their throat, because if you're not in Patreon, you literally don't know what the fuck you're talking about as it relates to those of us who have Patreon. Like, you have no idea what the fuck is in the Patreon, but yet you're giving this whole soliloquy about what the nature of the Patreons are and what the motives of the Patreons are. And let me tell you, all of us who have Patreons, from Larry to Jobs and to myself, we don't give a fuck about these conversations. You guys literally go over to that person's channel, get in their comment section, and then start ragging off at the mouth as if any of us are running for mayor. Do you realize that out of the 200 something plus comments, that even if 80% of you disagreed that there should be a Patreon and that all information should be made available for public consumption, that our Patreons will still exist. You do realize that, right? There simply is a free version of the commentary, which is what we come on YouTube to do. And then there's a premium package, which is what you pay your $5 to indulge in. Also keep in mind that while you're also telling content creators how they don't have a right to charge for their energy, their time, their resources, their tea, that you also believe that content creators don't have a say-so in their own productivity and their own careers, you sound a fucking fool. The issue is that those of you who are YouTubers who have opened up your mouth and have something slick to say about those of us who have a Patreon, what you really are upset about is not the fact that we're charging for the content in our Patreon, which really the point of Patreon is so that we can put information that is very controversial, that would not make it on any other platform, and put it into a protected space, which is what the whole foundation for a lot of us is when it comes to Patreon, okay? But for you particular content creators who feel some sort of kind of way, a lot of you are really pressing in your feelings because you don't get to use our content as your content, because it's now in a space that you refuse to go and pay your money to retrieve it out of, okay? Just because all of us are on YouTube doesn't mean that all of us are the same and that all of us are equal. You have content providers and then you have content creators. Content providers are people who simply get up on a platform and provide you somebody else's content. Content creators are those of you who actually create content, okay? They create movements, they create trends, they put creativity into the way that they express and communicate their topics, their subject matters. These are people who are also producing business for themselves, okay? And if there's certain people who just can't seem to wrap that around their heads, then you just can't wrap it around your motherfucking head. It just is what it is. Patreon is going to exist. People are going to subscribe to the Patreon. Patrons are very satisfied. While some of you are running around talking about what happened after 30 days wasn't good enough for you, it was good enough for the victims. What do you mean it wasn't good enough for you? I didn't know that you were extorted by William McCrae. And I'm not sure how you think that having McCrae be dealt with by the law is not victory and it's not success. I'm not sure what the fuck some of you thought was going to happen, but this is what the victims wanted to make happen after 30 days. You sound like a complete cum rag, saying that justice for other people wasn't good enough for you. From me and the victims, we want to ask you, what the fuck have you done lately? What have you done? Because we know what Consciouztv has done. And as time progresses, people want to know even more about what Consciouztv has done on behalf of these victims. The question is, what have you done? I'll wait. Bitch, bye. Nothing, log out, change your password, never return, bitch. So just remember, when you're putting your mouth on content creators who get out here and make things happen, that you are doing nothing but sitting in the comment section on somebody else's video. Just remember that you have done all of nothing. Zero. That's all you've done. It's nothing. It's so funny to me that these same people want the world to be free of criminals, want the world to be free of people who abuse other human beings, but yet want to leave the labor to someone else. You got to make it make sense. You do got to make it make sense. So that's the only question we have for the naysayers is, what have you done? Because Consciouztv kicked this whole shit off. I had to take time out of my pussy popping rehearsals, okay, to go and serve Granty physically, honey. How many of you hoes is leaving your lives and leaving your family and leaving your spouses, okay, to go and push weight and to make things happen on behalf of people who reaching out to you via social media to make something of substance happen? I just want to know, for the 100th time, what have you done? Because see, I have the tea. I don't have an obligation to get my ass up here and to spill the tea and to inform any motherfucking body about anything, okay? I could keep everything that I have given completely and utterly to my fucking self because I don't have to tell anybody shit, okay? Because the tea finds me. It's you who need the tea, not me. I have the tea. I'm pouring the tea. I'm stirring the tea. It's you who don't have the tea. And this is literally for all of you who talk shit. We know who our real tribe are. We know who our real audiences are. See, all subscribers ain't the same either. Subscribers are divided into two categories. The motherfuckers who are around just to be around because whatever. And then you have the people who really fuck with you, okay? The people who really fuck with you are the people who are going to be there and they're going to follow where you go. Yeah. So just because you subscribe to the channel doesn't mean that you are a supporter of Consciouztv, okay? I have haters subscribe to my platforms as well. I have naysayers and doubters who are subscribed as well. I have fugazi flip-flopping ass backwards ass motherfuckers who are subscribed to the platform as well, okay? So don't think that I won't get up on this bitch and let you motherfucking have it just because you are a subscriber. And don't think that people don't email me and screenshot me your fake infogazy ass, because I am clearly and very aware of who y'all are. Disguised as subscribers. And to those of you who was underneath this particular content provider's video talking shit about how you unsubscribed from jobs and Consciouztv a while ago, let me run you the analytics. Over the past 28 days, Consciouztv lost 297 subscribers. But Consciouztv gained 1,405. That means if you left, bitch, I would not have even noticed, because there was a avalanche of abundance of subscribers coming in as you were finding your exit, okay? You don't hurt me by leaving the platform. You better the platform by getting rid of your own ass so that I don't have to bother doing it for you, okay? I don't lose a single thing when you decide that you want to pick up your briefcase, pull up your britches, put your wig and your weave in, and get the motherfucking step in, okay? And I want to thank you all who moved on in peace, because when you haul ass in silence, okay? You ain't got to make an announcement. You ain't got to let it be known. Haul ass in peace, baby. So just keep that in mind. Figure out what your personal issue is with black entrepreneurs producing business for themselves. And just because you subscribe to people who don't have a vision and a purpose for being on YouTube, they don't know what the fuck they're doing here, and want to project all their insecurities and their lack of identity and purpose onto other content creators who actually have goals, who actually have a vision, who are actually growing. Just encourage your favorite, your dusty ass favorite, to have that internal conversation. Because for those of us who got seeing eyes and hearing ears, we know that this ain't got nothing to do with Patreon. It has to do with the fact that some of your faves cannot take the fact that some content creators are on their way. If you're not a content creator, you can't even speak on what it's like being a content creator and creating content, okay? You cannot even speak on the level of work that it requires, okay? To put together commentary, to entertain folk, and to be a multifaceted content creator at that, okay? Because here on Consciouztv platform, baby, you get laughs, you get roast, you get pop culture, you get activism, you get the vigilante work, you get all of these things. Yeah, this requires my actual life. So I bid you all well. I'm going to release Bishop Matthews and Kimberly Pollard's interview. There also is another interview coming that is going to be crazy. King Job's name came up in this interview. This interview opened up literally a can of worms. You guys don't want to miss that interview. That will also be in the Patreon. I'm almost finished editing that interview. I also want to let you guys know that there's going to be a bit of a book club started on my channel. Me and Bubs the God are going to be doing a chapter review for Eckhart Tolle's A New Earth. This book is fucking epic. I am so looking forward to me and my disciple getting up on here and just unpacking each chapter with you guys. We're probably going to release an episode per week. And like I said, we're going to review at least 3 chapters per video and just give you a breakdown, give you, our wisdom and our insight as it pertains to the pain body, the ego body. This book is revolutionary. Eckhart Tolle is one of the greatest spiritual leaders of the 21st century. And once again, this is Eckhart Tolle's A New Earth. So looking forward to this. And I'm just really excited about the platform. I'm excited about where we're all going. And I'm going to get teary-eyed, so I'm just going to get the fuck up out of here before my beat turns into a melt. We don't want to be looking like Granny McCrae on camera, okay? So I love you guys. Look for that unpacking of the Sunday Night Lives video. That shit is coming as well. Take care.
God bless you, everyone. I pray you're doing well and that you're having a great week so far. I just wanted to let you know that a major milestone was achieved on yesterday in that the Superior Court of Alameda County has issued a order for Granny McCrae to show up in court on Thursday, November 14th at 1:35 p.m. in Department 512 in Hayward, California, to address the claims that he made against me over 40 days ago, 3 days prior to my consecration service as bishop, where he tried to extort $10,000 out of me. He thought he had his day, but now his day is coming in court. So I just wanted to give you that heads up. In addition, the judge also has ordered that he stay 100 feet away from me. Wherever I am, he's not allowed to be within 100 feet of me. And the judge put in that specific order that during the St. Louis convocation from November 2nd through November 11th, he's not to be within 100 feet of me. If he is, I get to have him arrested, and the court order tells law enforcement in St. Louis during the Holy Convocation how to put him in jail. And so I'm looking forward to the convocation. I would never let this devil in hell stop me from going to the convocation, which I've had the privilege to go to for many, many years. And so I'm looking forward to great fellowship, looking forward to a great time in the Lord. And trust me, let me be very clear. I am not bringing this mess to St. Louis. It has existed in St. Louis through this particular individual for many years. And I'm coming to address it in a way in which it's never been addressed before, which is my pleasure. And again, what I'm dealing with is an issue and a fight that I did not start, but I'm certainly proud to be the one to finish it. So I just wanted to give you the heads up. Granny McCrae has to deal with me on 2 fronts. One is a lawsuit, the defamation of character lawsuit, which he's been served when he thought he was extorting somebody else and ended up with my papers. So that's one lawsuit, which he'll have to come out to California to address if he even so chooses to do so. It's up to him. But then also, he will have to be here on November 14th in California to prove whatever he thinks he has to say about me. Because I can prove what he's about, but I know he cannot approve nothing of what he said to me, which I'm looking forward to my day in court. And I want to thank the Superior Court of Alameda County for expediting this process to get this court date so quickly, which normally takes over a year to get. I've been able to get a date very quickly. That's once again the favor of God that continues to intervene on my behalf. So I'm looking forward to that. Just wanted to give you a brief update. I want to encourage you to go to Consciouztv Patreon to see the details of this particular lawsuit. And I want you to pay particular attention to the part that says he cannot stay come within 100 feet of me, and that is active during the holy convocation. God bless you. May the Lord keep you. And for those of our Kojic brothers and sisters who are going to the convocation, I certainly do look forward to seeing you next week. God bless.